Cosmic Ghost Rider Omnibus from Marvel is a collection of the Cosmic Ghost Rider run, primarily by Donny Cates. And it is a book I just took a punt on because I hadn't really read anything of it, but it looked like a fun book. The people involved in it were ones that I liked from other stuff, and I thought, do you know what? We'll give it a go, add it to collection. If it's a duffer, it's a duff one. But I was really, really happy with what I got when I started reading it. And much like the all-new Wolverine Omnibus, it was a really fun and surprising read. Let's have a look at the book now, and we'll have a look at some of the art and the stories that are in there, because it's a collection of stories with a through thread going through them all. And then after that, we'll have a look at the pricing and have the final wrap-ups for you.
Okay, so we've got the Cosmic Ghost Rider Omnibus by Marvel, written by, well, predominantly by Donny Cates. So you've got a lovely, clear, colourful cover on it. Back with just a few images, and then we take this off, and you've got a wraparound cover there with Cosmic Ghost Rider, Frank Castle in the middle. Looking at the book itself, it's got a really good binding, opens up and reads really easily, right from the off with barely any need to stretch it out. Nice bright yellow liner page, and you get a nice contents page showing that you've got these various collections in the book. Thanos 13 to 18, Thanos Annual, Cosmic Ghost Rider 1 to 5, Thanos Legacy number 1, Cosmic Ghost Rider Destroys the Marvel History 1 to 6, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 to 6, Avengers 22 to 25, Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider 1 to 5, and Wolverine Black, White and Blood number 3. Nice bunch of stories in there. Essentially what you get is the story of the Cosmic Ghost Rider, who is Frank Castle. You get his history, his relationship with Thanos. Essentially they're the two beings left at the end of the universe due to their various power sets, and for reasons that are explained throughout the book, which I won't spoil because it's a quick read, and you'll get the story points quite fast in it. They become a pair working together. Doesn't mean he's Thanos' friend per se, but they're certainly in it together. You see in this Thanos win story that old Thanos wants to die. He's killed everything else in the universe and wants to go with death, but he has to get young Thanos to try and kill him because it's the only person who could. There's a fun discussion between the two of them, which I won't spoil again because these stories, what's good about the whole book is that it's a collection of, not singular stories because there's a flow, but it's a collection of trades that fits together in an overarching story. But because you've got these small individual chunks, you can read through it quite quickly, quite satisfyingly. I'd read about a trade's worth a night, and I was through the book by the end of a week, and it was a fun read. It wasn't a slog. Some of these omnibuses can be a real slog when you're trying to take them on. There is this is Frank. He's died and gone to Valhalla, and they essentially kick him out because he's too much trouble. This is not the Frank Castle character you commonly know, because of the millennia that he has lived. It has changed his personality, but it's still got some of the base elements of it there. You see Frank have baby Thanos try and look after him, try and teach him the right way. Doesn't go well, and he grows up influenced by the Punisher, and you find out that the paradise he has created isn't quite the paradise it would seem, and he has disagreements with Frank over that. You get Frank going through Marvel history almost as a bit of a piss take of the X-Men story grand design, with him going through various points in Marvel history as he has to relive the timeline and inserting himself into this story, which he tells to his son and daughter the night before the disaster that hits the Castle family in the park.
it's fun. They even mimic the art style from Grand Design in there when you're looking at the older parts of the story, which is nice. And it is just silly. And what they do in this is they have a section in the back that tells you all the stories they're referencing. So if you aren't 100% on what plot point or what story they're referencing, you do have something that refers to it for you. This one you get the reading of Thanos' will. It turns out that Thanos is going to insert himself, his being, let's say after he dies, into someone. They all think it's going to be Frank Castle, or I think Cosmic Ghost Rider I should say. Turns out there's a bit of a surprise twist in the tale there. I didn't enjoy this story much because it was a Guardians of the Galaxy world. I'm not familiar with them, and it just wasn't my bag. But all the other stories in this book are really good fun. You see the other Ghost Riders towards the end. They have a race. You've got them in hell. It's a really quick fun read. Let's get to the back and see some of these extras. You get loads of nice covers in here. I just skipped past the bit I was looking for. Here we go. Here, the Destroying Marvel History. You get all of the references to the various stories and books where he's inserted himself, and that's good if you're a fan. You can go through that, and it gives you little reference points. See if you guess them all right. Okay, so that was the book. It's a really fun collection of stories in there. And that's what makes it such a good, easy read. There are set story arcs. You can read one, put it down for a bit, come back and read another arc, put it down for a bit, or you can just plough through it all. I found myself doing maybe 1 or 2 trades at a time, and it took me about a week to read through the book. But it felt like a quick read. It wasn't a hard read. Some of these books, you read them and you're just thinking, oh god, I need to know the bloody pain. Like that. This was a fun, enjoyable read because I had 0 expectations for the character. And whilst, as I said earlier, I've got some problems with it being Frank Castle per se, I think they handle that well and ultimately play with the toys they've got, let's say. The price for it, it's about the £50-ish mark, depending on obviously when you get it. You can always get it cheaper with the publisher's return mark if you shop about, or from a book reseller. Please do your homework when you're looking for these books, because I do wonder if sometimes people just pay the top end actual RRP for them, and unless you desperately want it, I'll be like, it's not really what you should be doing with omnibuses. They're like sofas, you never buy them at full price. Let me know what you thought about the book. Was it one you were thinking of getting and now you might get because of this? Was it one that you got and you were really disappointed with? Or was this something you were really waiting for? I would say buy it if you want something a bit fun, a bit interesting, and a bit different just to go on your shelf, particularly if you're a collector, because I don't think this is the kind of book that they would necessarily reprint once they have got rid of their initial run. Thanks for watching. Please give us a thumbs up if you got anything of value from this video, and please feel free to like and subscribe.